Like, what you gonna do when you pull up to McDonald's and the Terminator is taking your order?
We are breaking in right now because the parties have reached a tentative agreement here. We have live pictures. I'm going to bring some of them up here, not only in New York, but also there at the Port of Savannah in Georgia as well. Well, this is what we know. The union representing those 45,000 striking U.S. dock workers at ports up and down the eastern seaboard and the Gulf Coast. Well, they have reached a deal with the U.S. Maritime Alliance to suspend their strike until January the 15th to provide time to negotiate a new contract. That's according.
They settling for 62%. This crazy. Like this, bro. I need to get with my coworkers and see if we could go on strike for 62%. 62%. You got to think about it, bro. 62% of your wages just take fuck 62%. Add half of your paycheck. Like, real talk. Add half of what you already make on top of what you make. That's crazy. I can see it. They said, but I see they didn't say nothing about because I know they don't want the automation neither. They don't want the AI shit to take over. You know, they want their jobs guaranteed. I know they want that. They want that. It's either or. They want the bread or they want their job guaranteed. And 9 times out of 10, it's they probably gonna give them the bread because they wanted 77%. Like 2 days ago, they was fighting for 77%, which is fucking crazy. 77% on top of what you already make, but they are in the union, you know. So I'm pretty sure they dues and all that gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Them unions, I don't know. I don't trust them. But let's see what they talking about.
According to a person briefed on the matter to Fox here. So the strike is over for now. There's this 90-day window.
For now, they going till January. So things are going to be cool. Things are going to be smooth till January. Be on your toes because they could do it. They probably, you know, came up with some kind of agreement to where they was like, look, if we ain't came up with an agreement by January 15th, which January 15th is probably the ultimatum that the union is giving them. Like, look, we gon' y'all saying 62%, we're gonna work with y'all. We're gonna figure it out and tweak a couple things, but y'all got till January 15th to get it settled in. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what the union pushing to them.
For talks to continue. This is tentative at the moment here. If talks break down past January 15th, presumably the strike will go into effect. But they have bought themselves time here. The union, remember, the International Longshoremen's Association, will resume working immediately, at least until January the 15th. The agreement will allow both the union and the U.S. Maritime Alliance, which represents both the shippers and the ports here, time to negotiate a new 6-year contract. So the person.
And then you got to remember, bro, like, them people, everybody ain't good. Like, yeah, the reps, especially your boy, Mr. 700, 800,000 a year, he good. You know what I'm saying? He good. But what about these workers that's on strike? Like, yeah, you got savings and all that, but man, as long as they on strike, man, the people ain't making what they'll make when they go to work. Like, I'm pretty sure the union got it set up to where they getting a little bread, you know what I'm saying? But they not, that's like freaking unemployment, bro. That's like unemployment, dog. Or they pulling that out like they 401k or like they pension. You know what I'm saying? They getting paid, they paying them their own money type shit. You know what I'm saying? So them striking is also affecting them too. It's affecting their families. It's affecting their friends. You know what I'm saying? It's affecting their neighbors. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If anybody got any information on that, let me know.
To the Associated Press also said both sides reached agreement on wage increases but details were not available here. Fox Business, though, does have the details. If no full deal is reached by then, by January the 15th, the offer that is on the table right now, that offer is a 62% wage increase. That hike will be pulled from the table if in the interim they cannot still agree on this here. This is a conditional offer. It's been made to the ILA. The ILA has accepted this right now. 62% wage increase here. Not entirely sure if they have agreed or not on some of these other concerns these dock workers had, like the threat of automation to their jobs, also some with regard to their retirement plans as well.
They got a port in California on your West Coast. Now, if you look at the map of the strike, they got a map of the strike, right? It goes from Texas and it runs all the way up through Maine. It don't go past Texas. California good. You know why? California already got an automated port. They already got an automated port. You know what I'm saying? It's people running that from the damn the little office. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they need to be worried about. You know, but I don't hear them saying nothing about them guaranteeing their jobs through the automation process. When they start bringing in the AI and the stuff they could do what they doing, that's what they need to be worried about. I'm pretty sure it's a concern to them, but hey, what you gonna do?
This is what we know right now. The deal reached only matters right now with their base pay, with their wages, and they're getting a 62% hike. It's on the table, that offer, for the next 90 days here.
The first dock worker strike at major East and Gulf Coast ports in almost half a century, actually, is now in its third day. And there are renewed concerns that the strike by members of the International Longshoremen's Association could drive the prices of consumer goods back up after a recent ease in inflation, with food products being the first to be potentially affected.
CBS News Baltimore reporter Tara Lynch is in Baltimore, and as you see there, she's joined by ILA Local 333 President Scott Cohen. Tara.
Yes, thank you so much. We are joined by Scott, the local president here of the ILA. Scott, tell us a little bit about what we're seeing here, day 3 that your men and women have been out here on the picket line.
We're out here picketing for better wages and automation protection, and we're willing to stay out here as long as it takes to get what we want.
And tell us a little bit about what we are seeing in terms of...
Man, they got little kids out there, man. Come on, man. There ain't no place for little kids, man. It's been getting violent out there and shit. Why you got your kids out there, bro? Why he ain't in school, bro?
Of negotiations, anything that you're hearing that we could see folks back at the table soon?
I'm hearing it's a little bit slow right now, but we have all the faith in the world in our international president. These men and women here in Baltimore, we back him 100%, and we feel like he'll get us the deal that we need.
And what are you looking for in some more specifics? Obviously, wages, automation at the front lines of this negotiation.
We're looking for a little bit of improvement to our health care, a little bit of improvement to our container royalty, and...
Hey, well, y'all gotta, and this the thing, see, this is how unions work, right? And I remember this situation because I was working, I was working for Turner. I was working for Turner Industries, right? So I wasn't in the union. I was working with crane operators. And not all of them, really not even most of them, just like one or two of them, they felt some type of way because I made more money than them. Or I was making the same amount of money that they were in hourly wage. You know what I'm saying? In hourly wage. But I didn't have health insurance. I had to pay for health insurance out my own pocket. They bread was already going to the union. For the union made sure they had health insurance. And if I got fired or if I lost my job, I wasn't guaranteed another job. The union keeps you working. So not only does the union take care of you pay the dues, and not only does the union take care of you working, they also make sure that you got health insurance too. See, I had to pay for health insurance out of pocket, so when it all said and done, they really made more money than me. It just, on paper, it just looked like, you know what I'm saying, hourly wage, I make more money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of money. So if they got them making $28, then really and truly after the, with what the union got going on with them, they really making like $34, $35. You know what I'm saying?
Jurisdiction protections as well as automation protections against fully automated terminals and semi-automation.
Here in Baltimore, it's been a difficult year at the port. We had a bridge that collapsed at the end of March that just sort of put everything on pause until that channel was cleared. Now we have this situation. How difficult has this year been for your men and women and your members?
Well, it's very tough for us. We were out of work. A lot of these folks were out of work for 2 months with the bridge collapse. Now with the strike here going on top of it on the back.
But that y'all chose to do that. Y'all chose to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't call for no pity for that. Y'all chose to do that. The bridge, I can understand. I can see that. But y'all wanted this strike.
6 months later, almost to the day, it's tough for them. We're probably the hardest hit out of anybody because we had that 2-month shutdown earlier in the year. But they're willing to sit out here and they're willing to strike for what they believe in and what we need to get.
And some of the local conversation, I think, has been in the Key Bridge collapse. We were able to reroute goods to other ports and get trucks out there to get the goods where they needed to go. Sure. This time, obviously, a little bit different with most of those ports on the East Coast shut down. You said the trucking industry, one of those that are also experiencing this as well. What are you hearing from your partners on the ground here in the trucking business?
Well, they're affected by this just as much as us. I mean, the trucking industry is just as important as the longshoremen. We're codependent on each other. We unload the goods and they get it to market. Without the trucking community, this whole country would be shut down. So they're struggling.
And that's a fact. That is a 100% fact. Without the trucking community, the whole country gonna be shut down. And they also know that the big boss with the ILA dude, he know that. He even said, I'm going to bring America to his knees. But you got to remember, what about the Americans? You know what I'm saying? You got to think, bro, you got to think, bro. You already making $800,000 a year. You live in a $6 million mansion, which that's, hey, shout out to him for that. That's cool. But you got to think about the Americans. You know what I'm saying? All you really going to do is push them to be like, all right, we need to hurry up and get this automation shit online. Because once we get this automation shit online, we ain't gonna need them people no more. They want to do shit like this. The automation is not gonna say, fuck it, we want 66% raise, we gonna strike. The automation ain't gonna get sick, need days off. The automation ain't gonna have to take leave early because they got a doctor's appointment. The automation ain't gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? The automation ain't got feelings. The automation ain't got an attitude. The automation ain't gonna get drunk and don't come to work. You know what I'm saying? Robots, bro.
Struggling as well with this,
and this is gonna put this right here is gonna push them to hurry up and put that in place.
Want to get back to work just like we do.
Scott, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. We'll have you on a bit later on WJZ here locally, and we'll send it back to you guys.
Tara, thank you.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like, what you gonna do when you pull up to McDonald's and the Terminator is taking your order? You know what I'm saying? You already going there now, and they got the little, like, I don't know if the last time anybody went inside of a McDonald's, but they got freaking the little things in there, right? It's like the little screens, right? You order your food from the little kiosk. Like, the last time I went inside of a McDonald's, I walked up to the counter and they looked at me like I was an alien. Like I wasn't speaking English. Like, you gotta order your food on the kiosk. And like, it ain't no cash registers up there or nothing. It's just you order your food on the kiosk and they just hand you your food. So what you think next? The motherfuckers back there making the sandwiches. At least the sandwiches might start looking like the pictures. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Hey, we just all we could do is as people that just get up and go to work every day and just live a normal life, and that's outside of this, looking at the situation, all we could do is just wait. All we could do is just go take it day by day. That's it. That's all we could do. Hey, good luck. I'll let y'all.